There's someone I'd like to meet. This is Hayden. He's new here and he's going to be joining our class. So I'd like everyone to say, hello Hayden.
Hello Hayden.
Good morning, students. This is your headmaster speaking. Welcome back to another term at Sector 17's Academy of Higher Learning. This is just a reminder that we are expecting the very best from you at all times. Don't let us down.
You can sit down now, there's a spare desk over there. Right then, we'll be beginning with our check-up assessment today, class, and that should take us through to lunch.
I got full marks on my first assessment too. It's not as common as you might think around here. It usually takes people a couple of weeks to get up to the school standards. Guess you and me were just ahead of the game. I'm Martin, by the way.
Hayden.
I know, Mr. Glasser. You know, Hayden, people like us, we need to stick together. Because while this academy is for the best, it's us, the best of the best, that are really going to do well. I mean, of course everyone's going to do well, but I'm talking sitting on the board level of success. Come on, let's get back to class. Have you always lived in Sector 17?
No, we keep getting moved up. We just got moved from Sector 28. My parents keep getting promotions.
Promotions?
My parents work for the government. I don't really pay attention to any of that stuff.
Do you not get a choice what it's moving about?
Where's the toilet?
Oh, it's just down there. No, not that!
Can I help you?
I was just looking for the...
You've got the wrong door.
I didn't realise.
You should really get back to class.
Sure, I was just going...
Now!
Sorry, he's new here.
What was that about?
Just forget it. Oh, Hayden, this is Victor and Marshall.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Well done on your grade, Hayden. You're beating Victor already.
I already told you, I'm still getting over... It won't happen again!
Whatever you say.
What do you think to that, Hayden?
What? Yeah.
You should come to Poetry Club, Hayden. You might like it.
Oh, sorry, I just don't really think that's my thing.
See yourself? It's fine. Who's caught your interest? Oh, I get it. Why don't you just go and talk to her sitting there staring at her?
No, it doesn't matter. Look, she's leaving now anyway.
Oh, don't worry about that. She'll be back in a minute.
How do you know that?
She left her bag.
What? You can't just take people's bags. What are you doing?
Don't worry about it. You can go after her and give her a bag back. Her knight in shining armour. Go on!
Oh, that's
You
fine.
left your bag.
Oh, thanks.
So, How do you think you did in the assessment?
You know, not the best. You're the new kid, right?
Yeah, my name's Hayden.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Glass said.
Right, yeah, of course. Sorry.
So, do you do anything other than scoring perfect marks on tests?
Sadly, there's not a lot more to me.
I don't believe that. I run a poetry club. You're welcome to come along. Maybe then we'll see if there's more to you.
Oh.
Oh, okay, well, I need to go. I'll see you there then.
Yeah, cool. I don't even know your name.
My name's Eve, by the way.
Oh, hey Hayden then. I thought you said you weren't going to come.
Oh, yeah, well, I changed my mind.
Glad you can make it.
Okay, everyone. Thank you all for coming. Today we're going to look at the poem I set last week, A Lover's Sonnet. Would anyone like to begin with an interpretation? Martin.
The poet here is quite clearly enraged by what's happened to them. When they write, "To thou I'm naught, but prey that took thy bait," the anger at his lover who's used them and tossed them aside. This anger is again emphasised by the fact that they take it out on their friends. I mean, I am left with my inept friends Rye. They did nothing and yet he's left with them. They're inept. But the final line really sums it up. The fault lies with thee. He's directly accusing his ex-lover for his pain, his anger being their fault.
Okay, very nice. Does anyone else have a different interpretation? Hayden.
Well, actually what I'd say is the key thing that the poet's trying to get across here is how deeply in love they are. You see, the first two lines kind of describe the lover and her beauteous appearance. He's so in love with her that he's almost consumed by what she set in motion. He no longer has any control over what he does because, well, he's so in love with her. He hates to perceive that perhaps she doesn't love him back because, well, it would break his heart to think that she doesn't feel the same way.
Eve Helland, please exit the classroom immediately.
Yeah?
Where's Eve?
Who's Eve?
Where is she? Martin, don't ignore me. You saw what happened. Tell me where she is.
Watch how you talk to me, Hayden.
Martin, I'm not interested in fighting with you. Just tell me what's going on. What the hell is this?
That's your own fault. You should be more careful next time. You've seen what happens to people who have them.
So you do know something? Martin, please, just help me. I need to...
Look, if you're going to succeed in the school, you can't just walk around messing up the system. Successful students are supposed to keep their heads down and work hard. And don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, because I won't give them.
I'll find someone who will.
Ah, Hayden, come in. Do take a seat, Hayden. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, hi, sir. Yeah, I don't really know how to approach this. It's about what happened in today's lesson.
Look, Hayden, I think it's best you stay out of these sort of things. Just focus on your studies.
With all due respect, sir, I don't think I can ignore it. They took Eve and it's all my fault. But nobody will help me. Just please tell me what's going on.
No, Hayden, that's not your fault. You're a great student and you're headed for absolutely great things. You just can't afford to get involved with things that aren't your concern.
Sir, I know you want to do the right thing, but surely you know that something's wrong. I can't just walk away and pretend it's not happening. It's right here.
That's just the school's way of letting people know they don't accept anything less than perfection.
But Eve had two. What does that mean? Please, sir.
Look, all I know is I have to keep my students in line and on track with their targets. What happens with the strike system is nothing to do with me. But I can assure you, you don't want to get 3 strikes.
Is that what happened to Eve? Sir, please. You've got to help me find out what happened here. I know your heart's in the right place.
I can't promise anything. I'll see what I can do. You need to go now, Hayden.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for the help, sir. I'll see you tomorrow then, sir.
Yes. Hurry along now, Hayden.
Good morning, Hayden. How are you today?
Where's Mr. Glass?
Mr. Who?
He's our teacher.
Well, I'm your teacher, Hayden. Would you like to take a seat?
But no, Mr. Glass is our...
Hayden, sit down.
Look, if you're going to succeed in the school, you can't just walk around messing up the system. Successful students are supposed to keep their heads down and work hard.
Well, most of you should be very proud of yourselves. This is one of the best sets of test results we've had for some time. This is the standard we expect of you at all times. Before I allow you to leave, I'd like to congratulate in particular the two highest scoring students in the class. Martin, once again, you've excelled with 96% correct. However, you were just beaten by Hayden, who scored 98%. However, it is clear that some are not of the right attitude towards their work when striving for greatness, and so have fallen short of our ever-increasing expectations. Victor.
Victor Hodgson, you will now be excused from class. All other students will remain seated.
No, please. It must be some mistake. I'll get better. Ah! No! No! No!
You are excused.
We need to do something.
Now we have to do something? Are you serious? When one of your friends goes missing, you want to do something. But when Eve goes missing, you can't do anything. No one can even say anything. She disappeared completely, and I had to act like she never even existed. You know, it starts to feel like she never existed. Do you know what that feels like, Martin?
Hayden, listen, I'm sorry.
No, Martin. You had your chance to be sorry. I can't help you.
Hayden, stop. Only we can do this. Only we can find her. Find Eve.
Say I did agree. What would we actually do? It's us two against the whole school. The whole system. Do you honestly think we could do something?
I think we at least have to try.
Alright, what's the plan? If we even have one.
Okay, first of all, we need to work out where they take the ones who disappear. Once we know that, we can break in together and get them out.
Okay, but how are we supposed to find out if there are constantly prefects everywhere?
Well, they can't be rushing all the time, can they? So they have to take a break at some point.
Yeah, you'd think so. I don't know, man, I'm too hungry to think. You coming to lunch?
No, I think I'll stay here. There are less people, it's easier to think.
Alright, I'll see you next lesson then.
Sure.
Martin, you still here?
Just in the kitchen.
You won't believe what I just saw. Someone left the door, you know, to the room that we're not allowed in. And I saw Victor in there. He was okay. Which means Eve. Eve could be okay too. Eve could be here as well. We need to go back there. We need to get them out of whatever situation they might be in. You know, it's all gonna be okay.
Come with me.
Sit in here and wait.
The classroom, a controlled environment of safety and learning, where kids are helped to be the best they can. But what would happen if you were to remove the control? Remove the boundaries that keep the children safe? Well, let's take a look, shall we?
He's gone. We're free. We can do whatever we like. Yes! Yeah!
Well, that looks like jolly good fun, right? Let's skip ahead a bit. Chaos has erupted without the teacher to keep control. There's no productivity, no learning, no safety. Just destruction. Inertia. So how do we solve this problem? How do we bring the world back to an era of peace and prosperity? Someone from within society must step up and take charge once more.
Comrades! This chaos has gone too far. We need structure once more so that we can better ourselves and lead this world into a new age of greatness.
But we don't want to.
We'll have to deal with you guys. Well, I've got a plan. Well, that's the last of them.
The classroom has found peace once more, just as our world did. Let this be a lesson to us that without the control of a strong leader, the world would fall once more into chaos, like it did prior to the board.
Let's get back on with the lesson.
Such talented young people we have here to make such a fantastic and informative video. Hayden Cooper, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't you agree, Hayden, that it's fantastic?
Yes, sir.
You know, Hayden, I truly believe this school is a wonderful place. To be taught by some of the best teachers in the entire sector. But, unfortunately, still students don't make the most of it. You're a remarkable young man, Hayden. Truly, one of the smartest students we've had at the academy. But you keep straying off your road to success. 2 strikes. I assure you that you don't want a third. We have high hopes for you, Hayden. Don't let us down.
Get to class. You don't want to be late.
Martin. I found it. The room where they take them. You know, the one the prefect's always guarding.
What? But that's fantastic. Let's go now.
I can't. They call me. I got my second strike. If they catch us, I'll get my third one, and then that's it. I'm gone too.
Come on, we're so close now.
Martin, I can't.
Look, I've got no strikes, but if we get caught doing this, do you honestly think I'll be able to walk away from this? We're in this together, Hayden, but we have to move quickly. We can't afford to waste any more time.
Peder, Martin.
Are you in? It's all clear. We're good to go. After you.
What do you think you're doing?
Prefect, sir, thank goodness. I didn't know what to do. I just found him trying to break into this room.
Martin.
And what are you doing out of class?
I was just getting some more paper for Mr. Brick. Here, I've got a pass.
Fine, go get the paper and go back to class.
Of course. Sorry for the disturbance.
You set me up.
You set me up? How could you?
Quiet, you.
I told you to keep out of it.
You! Sit over there, now.
I told you you didn't want a third strike, Hayden. To think, you could have had it all. Living the high life in Sector 1. Sitting on the board. So much potential squandered. I wonder what your parents will think when they find out.
What are you going to do to me?
Let's just say you won't have any trouble following instructions once we're done.
Is that what happened to Eve?
Eve? Who's Eve?
Don't you cry, 'cause you know, I tried. Why can't I forget her? Is it the weather? Leave the autumn weather. Leave the autumn weather. Why can't I forget her? Is it the weather? Leave the autumn weather. Leave the autumn weather. Why do you come into my head?